Welcome back to the Avenue, and as always, I'm glad to have you back and to see that you're here. Today, we're going to be talking about financial freedom. It's a catchy word that everybody says they want, but do you really want it? Because it takes a little bit of work. We're going to talk about that and jump right in. Stay tuned. While financial freedom sounds so wonderful, you can probably imagine yourself sipping on a drink and being on the beach, watching the ships go by, just no care in the world. But financial freedom is not just about money. It's actually about discipline and sacrifice. There's some things that you need to do to get to that spot. And when you say financial freedom, do you really know what you're asking for? Because it's something totally different than what you may think. It may be some sacrifices you have to make. And that's not saying that you can't get there. That's something that a lot of people want. And so if you want it, you can have it, but there are steps to that process, and that's what we're going to talk about. So before we begin, let's quickly define financial freedom. And what is financial freedom? That's having enough money, assets, and system in place that your lifestyle is not controlled by your job, debt, or other circumstances around you. In other words, you choose when you work and when you don't work. You choose what to buy and what not to buy. There's a lot of decisions that's in your hands because you have the financial backing to make those decisions. That is financial freedom. Over the years, I've realized for some people, sometimes it's not about the financial knowledge that you have. It's not about the spreadsheets, not about the budget. It's not about the math. It's about the mindset. Ever feel like money is controlling you instead of the other way around? You're not alone. Most people struggle with saving, spending, and building security, but it doesn't have to stay that way. That's why I created the Well in Wealth Financial Therapy Cards, a deck of 70 powerful, thought-provoking questions that help you uncover how you really think, feel, and act with money. These aren't just cards. They're conversation starters, clarity builders, and a step toward the confidential financial future you deserve. So if you're ready to break free from financial stress and start making money work for you, click the link below and grab your deck today. Made just for you. Now, back to the video. You know as well as I do that most of the people, our friends, family, we're not there at financial freedom yet. Some of us are just starting. Some folks are at living paycheck to paycheck, which means whatever they make at the job, they take every bit of it to pay the bills. There's no savings going on. There's no investings going on. So you're not at the level of financial freedom yet. You can still get there, but a lot of people start at this paycheck to paycheck, and some people never move from the paycheck to paycheck. So they continue to spend money to get in debt, buy things that they can't afford, get into debt, and every dime that they make is used to pay off bills. We want to move from the paycheck to paycheck in order to go further and get closer to the financial freedom, because you'll have to free up some money by living within your means, not overspending, not buying things that you can't afford, but living within your means to get to that next level so that you can be closer to your financial freedom. That next level is like financial stability, that you are paying your bills. You may have a little bit of emergency fund, maybe a month or two of an emergency fund. And so you may have a little money left over, but you're still not at the point where you can kind of release and start gaining more and more. You have things somewhat under control, right? But you're not necessarily striving toward getting more and more money that you can actually go toward savings and investing. That's where we want to move from paycheck to paycheck, then to stability where you have things under control. A lot of people get stuck there. They don't want to leave there because things are going okay. They don't see it. You know, they can make some bills. If a small emergency comes up, they can pay for it and they're comfortable right there. The decision has to be made by you, what level that you want to stop at. But we can all get to financial freedom. That next level is a level where you do have things working for you. You have maybe some investments. Your emergency fund is fully funded. You may have some property out there, but you're not at the point where you can actually control your own money and you can quit working when you want to quit working, but you're living a very comfortable life, and this may be the life that you want. You may not want to sacrifice anymore and go any further than that. And that's fine because everything is up under control, emergencies are taken care of, and it's a good life to live. But if you want to go even further where you can discontinue the job and you're not controlled by the job or the paycheck or the circumstances, you can make some decisions for yourself. You can go where you want to go, give what you want to give, make people happy, make yourself happy, do the things you want to do that you've always wanted to do. And money is not a restraint for you. If you want to go, you can still go even further than that. So right now, I want to give you the freedom to hit that like button and that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on the latest information as it becomes available to you. I love teaching this kind of stuff. It's a joy for me, and I'd like for you to make some comments. What level do you think you're at? Hopefully you're not still at the paycheck to paycheck stage, but there are some things that we're going to start talking about right now that will help you get closer to financial freedom. So stay tuned for that. Now, I will tell you one of the reasons I made and designed the financial therapy cards is to have ladies become more clear on what they wanted out of life. When you ask for clarity, you know exactly what you want. Now, when I talk to people, they say that they'll tell me, I'll ask you, what do you want? They'll tell me a list of things that they don't want. Well, I don't want this, I don't want that. But there's very few people know exactly what they want. You need to be clear on whatever stage you want to be at. If you want financial freedom, what does that look like for you? Because if you're not clear on it, you won't know when you get there. You won't know if you're on the right road to it or anything like that. So clarity is vitally important. It keeps you on the path to where you want to go once you're clear, because there's going to be distractions, you all. We know things are going to pull you in different directions. Whenever you get your mind set to do something, there's going to be something that pulls you or tries to pull you in one direction or the other. But if you're crystal clear on where it is you want to go, you can get there. And that's one thing we need if we're striving toward financial freedom, is we need to be clear on what that looks like. Instead of saying, I want to retire one day, clarity is saying, I want to retire at age 62 with $1.2 million, getting $60,000 a year, $70,000 a year to live off of. That is clarity, because when you hit those goals, then you can retire. You can put a date to that even and work toward those goals, and then you can retire, but you are clear on what the goals are. They're not arbitrary, they're not vague, they're very, very clear. And that's what we want. We want clarity when it comes to our finances. Another thing clarity gives you, it gives you direction to say yes or no to certain things. It gives you direction, and then it gives you the confidence to say yes or no to certain things. If it's not aligning with what you want to go, you can say no, you can say yes, because the decision has already been made and you're crystal clear on the way that you want to go. Now let's talk about a little bit about the lack of clarity. If you're not clear, if you do not have crystal clear clarity in where you want to go, you can drift. You can drift financially. Just like you can drift from your life goals, you can drift from your financial goals. If you're not clear, a hot stock tip comes up, you may drift over there when you know that you need to stay in line with this, because this is where if you continue to invest like you've been investing, it'll take you in that direction that you want to go. And you won't be looking for here, there, getting a lottery ticket here, getting something there. That will make you drift off of your financial goals and off of your financial path that you know is the right way to go. So it will keep you from drifting if you're clear. Clarity will also help with stress and anxiety. If you lack clarity in those area of finances, you're going to be stressful and you're going to be anxious, because you don't know which way to go, what to say yes to, what to say no to. And so you may be a little anxious, you may be stressed out from that. So the thing is to get very crystal clear on where you want to go, and you can get rid of that. You can sleep well at night knowing that this is the direction you want to go with, and you're not going to be pulled from one way or the other one because you are clear. With clarity also, you won't have the fear of missing out. If you're not crystal clear and you have lack of clarity, you may feel like, if I don't do this, I'm missing out on something. Most of the times when you're clear, you guys, you've already made the decision of things that you're going to do. You're just walking down the path, right? So if the decision is made that I'm going to go this way, when I get to a certain fork in the road, I don't have to make a decision. I know that this is what I'm going to do and this is the path I'm going to take. So it will clear you of distractions. But when you don't know which way you want to go, distractions come up. Also, there may be different trends that you may want to follow that may not be on the path that you need to be on. If you lack clarity, you often can go down these trends. If you're clear on where you need to go, where you need to be, the trends don't matter. You know, if the trend is aligning up with where you want to go, that's fine. But if it's not, the answer is simply no. I will say next up, if clarity puts you on the path, commitment is the next one. It keeps you on the path. Those two things are the two things that you need to start with. First, be clear where you want to go. The next up is commitment. Be committed to wherever it is that you want to go. If it is paying down bills, that is what you're committed to. So when bright, shiny objects show up on Amazon, when they show up at friends' houses, when, you know, a friend whispers something into your ear, you know, let's do this, let's do that, and you know that your focus is paying down that bill or the large bill, that's where you're committed to. And regardless of what they say, you need to do that, because one day when the bill is paid off, you will get to make decisions to do other things. But be committed to whatever it is, even if it's investing in the stock market a certain amount every month, or, you know, twice a month, every week, you're going to put a certain amount into the stock market. Hold on to that. Be committed to that, because you will see the results of your commitment. You will see the results if you're not committed also. But if you're committed to something and you know that I just need to be steady with this, be stable with this, do the things that I say I'm going to do and be committed to it, you will go much further in hitting your goal. I would say commitment truly does build in consistency, because if it's something that you committed to, whether it's, you know, some people are committed to going to church every Sunday. They'll make a pledge at the beginning of the year that they're going to make it to church every Sunday. And if you're committed, aside from being sick or some type of accident, you can do that. You know, some people are committed to reading scripture or reading Bible. I'm committed every morning. I read the Bible, I read scripture, I have quiet time. I'm committed to that. So 365 days a year, that's what I'm doing. Regardless of where I am or what I'm doing, that's what I'm doing every morning. I'm committed to it. And nobody is going to distract me away from that, because that's what the commitment is. I'm seeing benefits from it. And so I'm going to stay right there and do what I said that I'm going to do, so I can be committed to that and be true to myself. And the last part of this three-part area that will help you get to financial freedom is, of course, we've talked about clarity. Of course, we talked about commitment. The last part is execution. CCE. Those are the three letters that you need to remember. Execution. So execution is not only writing a budget, but actually doing what the budget says to do. Executing. Execution is not saying that I'm going to put a certain amount in investments, but execution is actually putting that amount in investments, making it automatic, making it easy for you. You're executing on the things that you say that you're going to do. So saying is one thing, but actually doing it is something totally different. When you start to execute, that will put you brick by brick closer to your financial freedom, because you're actually doing what you say you're going to do. You're keeping the promise that you made to yourself. And so be an executor. I mean, it's building character too, because when people say, she says she's going to do something and she does exactly what she says she's going to do, that means a lot. Your word should be your bond. It should be the most important thing about you, because people can trust you. If you say you're going to do it, you're going to do it. If you don't want to do it, tell them no. Just don't say yes at the very beginning. No is in the dictionary for a reason. I use it, and I use it quite often. And when I say no, it doesn't mean that I want you to beg me to do something. It means that the answer is actually no. Now, if it's sometime down the line I change my mind, that's something totally different. But yes is in the dictionary and no is in the dictionary. So that being said, execution is 100% about you. You can't blame that on mom or dad or sister or brother or friends. It's on you 100%. So this is yours. This is in your lane. You can drive it the way you want to do it, but executing on the things that you have written down, you have planned out, you've committed to, you're clear on, why not execute on it? Because if what you're doing now is working, continue to do that. But if it's not working and getting you further along to where you want to be, which may be financial freedom one day, do the things that's going to help you get there. So we have clarity, we have commitment, and we have execution. These three things will get you where you want to be as far as living your financially free life. And things will not control you, paycheck or a job or anything like that when it comes to financially freedom. So take all of this, go back through the video if you'd like to look at it again, and just take all this in consideration because you can use the CCE plan for other things in your life. Be clear, be committed, and execute on those things that you say that you're going to do. And with that, I will see you in the next video.